congratulations, you are a married man.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, that's fantastic. Hey, that's awesome. I didn't know. You're married to Alison Brie.
Correct.
Who is phenomenal, was just on our show, and she's fantastic in Glow. Tell her I said hi.
Absolutely, she's the best. Everyone check out Glow if you haven't already. It's like the greatest show, and I am biased, but it's also true.
Yeah. I know we're not here talking about your wife's show, but she's great at it.
Yes.
Dude, I'm happy you're here. You said before you were married, you were totally in love with your cats, and you're obsessed with your cats.
Yeah, I don't know when I became the quirky cat guy. My friends who I grew up with, they constantly remind me to stop bringing up my cats in every single interview.
But you can't stop it.
I can't stop. I mean, they're just a huge part of my life.
What are their names?
Harry and Arturo. And at one point in my life, I was the single guy with two 16-pound cats, and 16-pounders, yeah.
16-pound cats, here they are, just hanging out. 16-pound cats.
Yeah, it definitely weeds out like a lot of potential dating partners, because not a lot of women are like excited to dive into a relationship with a guy who sleeps with 32 pounds of cat on top of him every night.
16 pounds, that's not even a cat, that's like a small dog.
Yeah,
that's what they're not cats.
We call them the small panthers, yeah.
Yeah, they are panthers, yeah. But Alison loved them?
Alison loves them, thank God. So that was, I mean, she was the only one. She was really my only option, so. Yeah.
You told a funny story, I don't know if you want to tell it out here, but about how she was being nice and she threw you a surprise party.
Yeah, so when we first started dating, my birthday came up like 3 months into the relationship, and she decided to throw me a surprise party, which was very sweet. She put a lot of effort into it. But the guest list, it got a little out of control, where like, you know, my manager's assistant sister's best friend was there, and like, if you know me, I'm a pretty private person, and I don't like to be the center of attention, and so I freaked out, and to alleviate my anxiety, I decided to consume a weed cookie, and it had the opposite effect, where I ran downstairs and I had the first panic attack of my life. And so I'm downstairs, I'm telling Alison, get everyone out of here. And it was an 80s themed party. And
it was 80s themed surprise party?
Yes. And
so you couldn't even recognize people even if you knew them?
Well, that wasn't the problem. The problem was that the only person without a ride home was a guy dressed as cocaine, and just...
How do you dress like cocaine?
All white, wrapped in saran wrapper or something. So I'm downstairs literally throwing up and throwing a tantrum while cocaine is upstairs raiding our fridge. So Alison and I, we still talked about how we survived my surprise party. We can survive anything, yeah.
And we're all worried, is cocaine all right?
Cocaine seems to be okay.
All right, very good. All right, Kurt. Just want to make sure cocaine made it home safe. You have two older brothers, right?
Yeah.
James, who you just had on the show, and then Tom. I don't.
Tom
know.
Franco, yes.
Yeah. And And so you're the smallest of the
They are. I am physically the smallest, but also the youngest. Thank you for bringing that up.
Sorry, no problem.
They are 5 and 7 years older than me.
Did they pick on you growing up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What would they do? Give me like a real mean thing they did.
I mean, it wasn't horrible, but they had their own unique forms of torture. Like, I always do one voice crack at talk show. I always get that one in. All right.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you are the smallest and the cutest. Come on, isn't it cute and small? You're not small. You're normal. You look great. I love the voice crack. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but that was a great voice crack.
Let's hope another doesn't happen. I don't want my average to go up.
No, it's good. It's very consistent.
What were we talking about?
What did they do to you? What had they torture you? Yeah.
So they would zip me up fully in a sleeping bag and then tickle torture me from the outside. So I'm kicking and screaming. It's literal torture, and they happen to be the greatest ticklers of all time. So that was something. And then
laughing and crying from inside the sleeping
bag.
Exactly.
On and on and on. I said. And it's on and on and on.